We're back once again with another live show, and we are watching. If you haven't guessed already or seen my post, Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one. It all starts. Legend it's Freddy Krueger. So that's what we're watching, the first movie. So again, like before, you've got the option of putting your copy on if you have it and watching it with me, or you can just listen to the movie in the background. And if you miss this, you can watch the repeat, of course, or you can just come and say hi, find out what's going on, ask me questions about the movie, what's happening and stuff, and I might ask you questions about the movie. It's quite hot in the UK at the moment, very cold, hence the I've got a hood up, very dark as well, but I like to keep it slightly dark because it brings a good atmosphere when you're watching horror film, I feel. Does anyone that think that the first Nightmare on Elm Street is the best one, the first one? I think it's definitely a good shout, isn't it, for the maybe one of the later ones is one of the best ones. Nightmare on Elm Street. I think the second one's quite good. Quite like at least 1 to 6, at least anyway. I think they're quite good. At least maybe something like 1 to 4, quite strong. I feel. I think those four are pretty good. Nightmare on Elm Street. Always find these fun, no matter how many times I see them. Always watch them every year without fail, every Halloween. I even sometimes feel like watching them twice, but it just isn't enough time uh, to watch some movies twice. Hi, how are you? We're watching A Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger style. I'm in my living room watching Nightmare on Elm Street. Hi, if you've just joined us, we're watching that Nightmare on Elm Street. If you have a copy of this Nightmare on Elm Street, feel free to put this on and watch with me. We can chat about the movie. It's dark because, well, mainly the light, the main light in the living room is broke and I can't repair it. Also, it is almost 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock in the morning, so that's why it's dark. But yeah, the main light in this room is broke. All I've got is just some little lights. But I like it being dark when watching horror films because I feel it adds to the atmosphere of watching horror films. Uh, in like dark room with just a few little lights, I think it's quite cool. Because if like atmosphere of being like horror environment, and like a cinema, you know, because you don't have lights, you don't have bright lights on at the cinema, do you? So I think it gives a cool, you can sit and watch a movie, with less lighting, have some snacks, and it feels like you're watching it at the cinema. Hey, how are you? Uh, if you just joined us, we're watching A Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger style. The first one where it all kicks off. Does anyone think that A Nightmare on Elm Street is the best Nightmare on Elm Street out of all the Freddy films? It's definitely a strong candidate. I think the first four Nightmare on Elm Street films are very, very good and very strong. Uh, Good films, I feel. Hi, how are you? Watching that Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger. Feel free to put that movie on and we can watch it as if we're watching it together. And then we can chat about the movie, hang out, and it feels like as if we're watching it at the cinema sort of style. I want to try and do that at some stage, actually, like hook it up so we can sort of like all watch it sort of together, cinema style, and then like just hang out. Everyone who is a fan of horror, chill out, bring his snacks, and then we can just watch the movie cinema style. Any Freddy Krueger fans? But I like, obviously I like Freddy Krueger and collect Freddy Krueger stuff. But is there anyone who's sort of like, pure, you know, is Freddy Krueger your favourite horror character? Anyone's favourite horror character is Freddy Krueger? My favourite horror character is Michael Myers, like Jason as well, Chucky, obviously. I don't mind Freddy, but I don't think he's one of my. He's not my favourite character, but definitely in the top six. Freddy Krueger. The music's very iconic in this, isn't it? Very distinctive and very recognisable. We certainly need a new Nightmare on Elm Street film. Uh, I've heard rumours. I heard some rumours that Jim Carrey's going to be Freddy Krueger, but I don't know if that's true or what is going on. But yeah, I mean, we haven't had a Nightmare on Elm Street film for like 15 years. We really, really need one. But when the next one's going to be made, who knows? Hopefully, maybe Halloween next year. Hopefully, we'll have a new Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street film. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping for a new Friday the 13th and new Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Hopefully, we'll get both of those very soon. Hopefully next year. I feel like these franchises, you know, just I want them to just go on for well, not about forever, but I don't want them to end. Just yeah, I'd like to see more Freddy films, more Jason films, more Halloween films, more Chucky films. I just want them to keep making them. I can make some TV series as well while they're at it. They did make a Friday the Nightmare on Elm Street TV series some time ago, but I don't think it was very good. I did get it on DVD, but I didn't think it was very good. Certainly nothing compared to the movies. Very iconic scene coming up. I see a kill scene coming up. It was quite a brutal. It was quite a brutal kill scene, weren't it? This someone who's most like brutal kills. Guess that's why you could say that first Nightmare on Elm Street is probably the best. The awesome kills and how Freddy Krueger looks and comes across. Just absolutely brutal and savage. Oh, that's better. You can see me a bit better now, guys. I made the lighting brighter on here. Hi, how you doing? We're just watching Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger style. Another iconic moment where she's taking a bath and then the claw comes out of the bath. First one's full of quite iconic moments. The first Nightmare on Elm Street. They certainly don't make horror movies as good as this these days. I mean, some are alright, and some sequels, but they're not as good as the old stuff. Still like seeing sequels and remakes of old horror movies, even if they might not be as good. They're still always somewhat fun to bring back like the iconic characters. Another kill scene coming up. strange thing. I actually woke up a couple of times when I've been sleeping, and I had these strange scratch marks like on my back, and I think it was on my arm, but I had them on my back, and it was very strange because I don't know how they got there. I don't remember doing it unless I scratched myself during the night, or Freddie paid me a visit when I was asleep, possibly. No, but yeah, I don't know how they got there, or don't remember doing it. It was very strange, yeah, because it was like quite long scratch marks. But yeah, very strange. Who said nightmares ain't real? Who's to say what goes on? I mean, when you're asleep and you have these nightmares, right, yeah, realistically they're not real, but you don't really know what's going on when you're having these nightmares when you're asleep. You don't know, as I said, when I had those scratch marks on me, could I have done them while I was having nightmares? Could I have scratched myself while I was having nightmares? You know, they got there somehow, just don't know how. But very strange anyway. I haven't had any dreams or so-called nightmares for quite a while now. I remember I was having dreams now and again, but yeah, I don't think I've even had any dreams uh, lately. I did used to get them very. I've had some very, very strange dreams and nightmares as well. I must have a very strong imagination because when I've been asleep and had dreams and nightmares, they've been absolutely mad, mad, crazy. Oh, it's funny, isn't it? Really, like when you think when you when you're asleep, you have dreams and nightmares like when you're asleep. It's pretty crazy, really, because like although you're asleep, your brain is having these nightmares and dreams while you're asleep, and you're having these nightmares, dreams, and it feels like you're real or in some like a movie or something, and it seems real, which is like strange in itself. And then when you wake up, you realise you're in reality. You're awake, and you feel I've had these dreams and nightmares. You think, oh, that was a dream or that was a nightmare, and you like that didn't actually happen, but it feels like it did happen, and it's crazy, really. I think dreams and nightmares are quite fascinating, to be honest, because it's just yeah, you know, your mind is still, your brain is still working while you're asleep, processing these dreams and nightmares. Uh, yeah, it's crazy, really, when you think about it. The iconic Freddy Furnace. Another kill scene coming up. Another iconic kill scene in the first one. But I believe they show a few times, looking back on it in some of the other movies, when they look back on Freddy Krueger's kills, that you, like they go over it, don't they? A few times. Sorry, I thought that kill scene was coming up just back then. I think it's coming up in a minute. That kill scene. He hadn't fell asleep when I thought it was going to happen. But now obviously he's fell asleep. So now obviously that kill scene is coming up now, or in a moment. Now, another iconic kill scene, obviously in the first movie, and another brutal kill scene. Blood going absolutely everywhere, all over the ceiling. Paint job on the ceiling, blood style. Certainly looks like paint, doesn't it? You know, the blood they use in some of the films doesn't even look like paint, especially in the Friday the 13th movie. I think they must have used red paint in Friday the 13th movies because it doesn't look like blood. It just looks like red paint. It's quite. I always think of that scene where he gets killed on the bed. It's quite similar to another scene where there's a bed scene where the guy in I think it's the third or fourth one where gets killed while he's on the bed. He's in like a water bed, and then he gets killed. It's quite similar to this both bed death scenes. The legendary John Saxon, who's no longer with us. He's been in quite a few films, John Saxon, over the years. He was in another horror film called, I'm not sure if anyone's seen it, My Mum's a Werewolf, something like that, starring John Saxon. I believe he played the werewolf that's like ends up dating the girl's mum, I believe, and then he bites her, turning her into a vampire, werewolf. That's a vampire werewolf. I mean, it's a like comedy, horror type film. I think John Saxon's been in one of Bruce Lee films as well. Sorry, I'm yawning. I was resting earlier, but didn't really sleep much. I'm sure I'm going to be really tired later on. We've got about less than 20 minutes to go with this movie. They're fairly short, most of the horror films. Short and sweet. I always feel like they're over too quickly. That's why I always feel I like, I always feel like I want to watch the movies twice because it feels like they're over too quickly. Like when they're like an hour and 20, less than an hour and a half. It feels like they're over too quickly, and I feel like I want to watch them, more than once. But sometimes it just doesn't seem to be enough time to watch them. I do watch like my favourites. More than twice a year. And most of the films I used to watch when I was younger, I always watch twice. But when it comes to horror, there just isn't enough time because there's when I watch all the horror films, because there's so many, there just there just isn't enough time to watch them more than twice because there's just loads. Okay. I just watch one horror film and then I watch another, one after the other when it's Halloween. And yeah, there just isn't enough time. Just have to watch one and move on to the next and the next and the next. Lighting on is stupid. 'Cause, make it brighter with the settings, and then still goes dark. Like, it doesn't stay bright. It needs to like stay bright. Hey dude, how are you? Yeah, not too bad. Just the usual, getting by through life's ups and downs and various problems and stuff. Same shit, different day, so to speak. But you just carry on as usual, like you do. Trying to keep things going. That sounds good. I'm glad you got through your addiction and doing good. Yeah, depression is never easy to deal with. I'm fine. As I said, I've had depression for 28, 29 years, and I've just learned to deal with it as it being, everyday part of my life, really. And I know what works and what doesn't work, and I've been through pretty much everything, you know. But at the moment, I feel it's just a matter of stabilising the mind and, finding things to relax, take your mind off of things for a while, even if it's just a short time, chatting with people, uh, you know, helping, as I said, help doing this channel has really helped. Talking to other collectors, sharing collections and stuff. Yeah, this has really, really helped. And I would definitely advise anyone who's got depression and mental health to start doing a channel and collecting and chatting with other people because it certainly does help, and and it's very healthy, to chat with other people and go online and share your collections and stuff with people. It's very good. Isolation is probably the worst thing, if you're on your own and you don't chat with people and, you know. Yeah, as I said, I'm fine to be honest. Uh, as I said, I've found my ways of dealing with it, and everyone's got their own ways of dealing with their depression and stuff. Not everything is going to work with the same thing. Different things work with different people. As I said, you know, living with it for so long, for 28, 29 years, it becomes part of the norm, and you just, you know, you just learn to deal with it, and it just becomes everyday life. I mean, something that isn't, it's something that isn't just going to go away, you know, altogether, because it's not an illness, it's not sickness, it's all up in the it's all up here, depression, and some things, sometimes when things don't work out, or you're having relationship problems and family problems, certainly doesn't help with the situation, and that stuff like that just doesn't go away, and it happens, it makes it makes the depression and different stuff worse, but you know, stuff with this family problems and people are having problems and stuff, just that, happens, something you can't not, you know, something that's not, not going to go through life not having stuff going wrong. Favourite horror genre is just slashers, uh, just basic serial killer slashers, like Halloween, Jason. I mean, you pretty much know what stuff I'm into. If you follow the channel and you see the videos, you can just pretty much know what stuff. But yeah, it's pretty much all the stuff, Halloween, Michael Myers, Jason. Uh, I don't, I don't like supernatural. Uh, yeah, all that kind of stuff. Uh, Science fiction, horror type. Yeah, doesn't really do anything for me. Um, I didn't like the Final Destination films at first, but since seeing the most recent one, Final Destination Bloodlines, I thought it was really good, really fun, really enjoyable, really liked it. And then I've actually bought all the old Final Destination movies, which I need to watch because I just didn't watch them at the time because I just wasn't a horror franchise that I was really bothered in. But seeing, as I said, Bloodlines, I really liked it, and now I'm going to watch all the old ones. So that's a franchise that I've got into. Um, Also taking some interest in the Conjuring film franchise with like Annabelle and that. Again, it's not something that uh, is really my type of stuff, but yeah, I saw Conjuring, the latest instalment, and I might check out the other. So, guys, that's the end of the movie. Nightmare on Elm Street, the first movie. Uh, Pretty short. It's only like an hour and 20 minutes or an hour and just over. So quite short. Um, Thanks for joining me if you have. Thanks for the comments and the chat. Now, if you don't worry if you have missed this, because you can watch the repeat once it is uploaded, which takes like ages, like 24 hours for it to be uploaded. So don't worry if you have missed it, because you can watch the repeat. And as I said, you have the option of, if you want, put the movie on and we can watch it together, or you can just listen to it, or you can just hang out, uh, find out what's going on, and just say hi. The next live show is going to be on Sunday. We're going to be watching Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5, I think it is. So yeah, do another live horror show then. And next week we'll be doing the big franchise. Obviously my favourite franchise, Halloween franchise, Michael Myers, favourite character. So that's going to be then, over actual Halloween weekend. So that's going to be good. We'll be watching Halloween the first movie, and then I might do a couple of extra live shows next week because it's Halloween. So I might do 3 or 4 live shows. I don't know. I might. Depends, because it uses quite a lot. Because I'm doing this via phone, and it uses quite a lot of battery. Um, So might only do 2 shows, but I'll see how things go. See if I'm I might be too tired to do 2 shows in one. Depends. We'll see how things go. But we'll definitely be doing 2 of the Halloween movies next week, so that'll be fun. As I said, next one, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5 on Sunday. So that's it, guys. That's the end of this show. So thanks again for joining me. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys on the next live show on Sunday. A few more videos coming up as usual on the channel. Yeah, trying to make it fun, Halloween style. Yeah. So guys, take care of yourselves, look after yourselves, and I'll see you on the next show. See ya.